anytime I'm like privileged to like interview like a singy songstress like you, or someone with a beautiful voice,
Yeah.
I always ask like, how did you know you could sing? Like what was different? Like what do you know? Okay, I'm better than this person, or like I have a very amazing voice.
I think it was when I was in high school, secondary school. I was on scholarship because I could sing. So obviously, at that age, I started understanding that music or singing opened doors for me. So I didn't know anything about instrumentals or how the beat should sound. So I used to love to do a cappellas because of how unassuming my talking voice is horrible. So when I talk, we were like, hey, and then I'll start, and everybody go like, oh my God, you know? So I guess at that age, yeah.
Yeah. So fast forward to, if you haven't seen like a backstory, go and watch Whole Truths 1.2. Fast forward to the Waje album.
Yes.
Like when did you come up with that? Was that just enough acronym? And what was the thought process going into that your first album?
Okay, so the first question,
Yeah.
I didn't come up with the name.
Okay.
So my name is Waje.
Yeah.
So I got signed at 18 at a very young age, and my mentor at the time was like, okay, so how about we remove Aitwa and use Waje? And it sounded, very...
What does it mean?
Aitwaje means, my brother, it means, I think it means do not scorn. Okay. For I don't know how they take the talk for English, but it's AITUAGE. Okay. So we removed AIT, removed the U and replaced it with a W, so that it's still the same pronunciation but different spelling. And then I met Pipe's manager, Ayo Rotimi, who's a very good friend of mine. I remember when I moved to Lagos, he used to give me like ads and gigs, voiceovers to do just so that I could survive. Yeah. And he was like, what do you want people to remember you for? I was like, huh? He said, was I just enough? I was still blabbing. I said, I want them to, when they hear my voice, they should, they should stand, they should understand, they should feel the emotion. He was like, what's I just? I keep going. And he just like, what aren't just enough? Waje, W-A-J. I said, okay, makes sense. So shout out to him. He's actually the one who should take the accolades for that.
Yeah. So going into that first album, like your
debut
album,
and then the first album, I had been working and working and working. So there was no thought process. There was no intention. I was actually surprised when one of my bones, the owner of 9GZ, called me and he was like, Waje, that is a balanced album. You can ask him. I was so excited because I didn't believe it, because I had just been working. I wanted to release music. So I didn't understand how, this is the intention, this is what we want people to get from the brand. I just wanted to sing. So any producer who gonna beat for me, I go just go voice the thing. When it don't reach up to like 20 songs, I just collect the ones I wanted and put it in the album. So
looking back, do you like the album?
Oh yes, I thought it was a good start for someone like me, who is a singy person, as you described me, but also wanted the balanced commercial side, and till date, those songs still give me my biggest gigs. So yeah, I'm grateful that I had that opportunity.
Let me ask one of my questions I've been meaning to ask.
Yeah.
So the song with MI.
Yes. 1 naira.
1 naira. You know, say millionaires don't they call them Sapphire song now, sir?
Even me wasting the song as Sapphire song.
So I said, what was like? How did you guys conceptualize that song? And what was it like at that time when you guys met?
So MI was working on the song with me, and I've known MI since Enugu, so I've always wanted to work with him. And that day, I drove to Obaniko, where he was at the time. And we were working, and he was like, okay, it's a love song that he wants everybody to connect to. He wants it to resonate with everyone, whether you're the elite or you're on the streets, but he wanted something like that. So my usual love diva self-ness, they go, oh, when you feel me into you, just give them mine, And he was like, no, Waje, like, who is the one person that you sacrifice everything for? And it's my mom. So that's how the chorus came. I was actually thinking of my mom, whether I 1 naira, because I remember when we were in the trenches, she gave everything. Whether I 1 billion, even when I don't blow, she's still giving her everything, So that's really the thought process. It was something for not just lovers, but family, friends, people who've been with you, you know, even when you didn't have anything. And sometimes you have and you fall and you have to rise again. And those are the people that still pull you up. And that's...
I think we have like the opposite of that song on this Waje 2.0 album. we'll come to that later.
My brother, you know, when I saw one I said, my dear,
Yeah.
it's okay. Trenches is good, but we have to elevate. Thank you.
So the big quit in 2019.
Yeah.
Some people are like, oh. Some people are like, oh, it's a rumor, it's to promote an album, to push an album. What was your mental state at that time?
I was tired.
Okay.
To be honest, I wasn't tired to quit, but I was being honest about the pressure of being an entertainer as myself and being a name that has been there for over a decade. You understand? You have expectations. People have expectations of you as you release music, as you push music, the different things that you want to do as a brand, you know. So at the time, I wanted people to understand me a little more, because I felt like there was a huge disconnect with me and my fans. It felt like they all stopped at 2014, 15, and there was, you know, I'd been doing stuff. I'd been releasing music, I'd been, you know, but when you hear Waje, the first thing that comes to your mind is, oh, she's a philanthropist. That's great, but I'm also a musician. You understand? And yes, music is what gave me the platform to do philanthropy, but that's really not all my brand is about. So I decided to do a series, and the series was on YouTube, and it was telling the journey of the things and the times that I had thought I was stopping. And so we were reenacting situations that had happened. But because people don't watch, they just like to splice.
Yeah.
That was the part that they took. If they went to YouTube to watch the whole story, they would have understood that it was a journey I was taking them through. Yeah. I wanted them to see my pain, but also wanted them to see the things I was doing behind the scene to make sure that I have a great comeback. But they decided to go with the story that they wanted, and that's how we quit.
Quitting or not quitting, glad you're back into music.
Thank you.
But 2022 seems like you're in a better space now.
Oh, red hair, nice cakes, everything.
So pretty. Go to the gym and, you know, like I'm saying that, like, is that intentional?
Yeah, very intentional. Very intentional, because first of all, I changed management, so that helped me a lot, because I think that every artist is equal to, or the success of every artist is equal to the management they have. That's what I think, because sometimes the artist doesn't know, and the manager or management is the one that helps tweak. Sometimes the manager doesn't know the art, so there has to be some kind of alignment. So I think now I'm in a place where they understand my vision, and it's just been coming to life. Last year I released an EP. I think I've released more body of work in the last 2 years than I've released in the last 5 years. And for me, that's really, execution is key, consistency is key. And also I realized that outside consistency, as a brand, you have to sell something. You understand? And yes, I sell the music, but the brand and the person is also what I sell. So if you want people to listen to you and pay attention, you have to look like someone that they should listen to and pay attention. So I started paying attention to my health. I started paying attention to how I look, how I dress, what I wanted people to perceive or see. So that when I come out and say something is worth something, because this is the point of legacy. This is not now I want to blow. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. You get what I mean? So that's really the thought process now.
There's this bromance, or should I say 6 months?
Omawumi.
Like, so what's with that? Like, how after always been so close in this industry that, like, we know, like, the industry story, we love back and love. Like, how have two of you maintained that relationship from, like, the get-go?
I think because we have a relationship outside the industry, I think that's what has helped. So in the times where music isn't there, you understand, we're there for each other as sisters, as friends, and our families are there for each other. So that's how we've been able to. It's not to say we're not the fight to me and Omawumi with the true blue, but you know, yeah. But that's really, she's my tribe. She's on my side. I'm on her side. You know. So I think that's what, and I also think that people should learned that a lot more, because I see in our industry, people like to put people against each other, not realizing that there's growth in numbers. It's great to win on your own, but when one other person is winning, that person is creating another door for you. You know, see what Thames is doing. She's creating doors internationally for people. See what Tiwa is doing. See what Yemi is doing. Like I can keep calling names. So
do you always feel pressure to like talk about them like on social media? You know, like say Thames wins like an award. When they say this will never congratulate them.
I don't pay attention to that. I don't pay attention to. There was a time I used to pay attention to all that pressure on social media. But honestly, you get to a point where you talk wahala good day, you not talk wahala. But there are people that I actually like. Yeah. So it comes naturally when I congratulate them. There are people I'll do because of duty, based on, oh, I see what you're doing and I want to encourage you. Because my own time when I started, I needed that encouragement. Not a lot of people gave it to me. So I know what it feels like for people to just ignore you, waiting for you to be something so they can tag onto your success. You know what I mean? So I do it just because that's just the way I'm wired. I really don't care about what people tweet. I'm not sent.
So Waje 2.0.
Yes.
I've been saying this album sounds like a very expensive album. Lots of high-level producers, lyrics,
Shelly people heard him.
Mastercraft.
From the bottom of my soul. Actually, that's the reason why I lost it.
All these producers and background and put them on an album.
Yes.
There's a song I even heard that sounded like a country song, or it's like hearing
that's
different.
Jason.
Yes. So I was hearing like different sounds.
Yes.
So for people that haven't like heard the album, first of all, what's Waje 2.2? Is that like a different Waje song-wise or person-wise?
It's like a new, improved, you know, like an evolving Waje, because you never evolve you just keep, you know, going. A better understanding of what my brand brings to the table. On this album, I really wanted people to sing back. You understand? So usually I'll go the vocal, like that's my thing. I will sing, I will give you riffs and runs that before you duplicate, you would have gone to 1-2 months vocal lessons to be able to, for, you know, my songs are usually on the high pitch, but I brought it down, you know, because I wanted people to be comfortable and sing it. And then in terms of sound, I wanted people to have a piece of them in the song, you know, in the album. I didn't want something that only I and my peers can understand. I wanted things that even the younger generation, because I have a daughter, we have conversation. I wanted things that the younger generation would understand and resonate and connect with. I wanted people of my age to connect. I wanted people who are older to connect. I just wanted it to be an album. There's something that Don Jazzy said to me. He said, you see your socials and your album, when you don't come back, everybody property. So even to say it's my album, it feels kind of weird, because it was my album before I released it. Now it's our album. So imagine releasing our album and then you cannot understand our album. So that was my thought process.
How do you bag Tiwa Savage? Heavy feature.
Well, Tiwa is a sister and a friend, so it was easy. It was during COVID. We did that song like 2 years ago, almost 3 years. Yeah, so it was during COVID. Everybody was home. Hey, I have one song. You want to hear? Yes. I would like make you put your voice on. I said, okay, good. And that was it.
I love this kind of relationship.
Oh, yeah.
So for someone that hasn't listened to Waje 2.0, what should we take out of it?
Take yourself out of it. I want people to take the joy of not taking life too serious out of it, you know, and just enjoy the music, enjoy the message. Find times to laugh, because there are times you laugh. Like Bills, for example, is hilarious, even though it's beautiful. It's a beautiful lyric.
That guy was
I say he's getting used to this. So baby, say honey, please, can you slide your card under the table for me? You know, so that's the thing. I wanted to talk about real stuff, but in a very easy and, you know, easy way, actually. So I want people to take that out of it. I don't want people to, I don't want to remind people of their wahala. You understand? I want people to see the joy in, you know, even the difficult times, you know. So that's what the album brings to the table.
So final question, speaking of your daughter, how is that relationship? Raising a kid in this internet Gen Z generation.
Fortunately, she's no longer a kid. She's 23 now. Yeah. She just finished her thesis. Thank you, Jesus. So I'm not paying university school fees again. But she's still my child, and it's beautiful. The woman she's turning into, I'm grateful for. My daughter actually influences my music, which a lot of people don't know. And I think this is the first project that she actually sent me a message. She said, "Mommy, I really love this album." I don't think she's ever told me that. She said, "Hey, Mommy," when I released Bolongo, she was like, "Oh, Mommy, do more songs like this now."
So that one is special.
Yes, but this one, she can understand and identify, find herself in the album. So she was like, "Mommy, I really love this album." So,
do you have any favorite songs on the album?
I think In Between is my favorite. And I'd say that because I personally think that it's Grammy material. I don't think that I have done a song with that much emotion without flowering it too much. Lyrically, musically, the melody, the emptiness of it, but yet so full. I think that In Between is my favorite.
If I was to put you on the spot,
yeah.
I know they say don't choose between your children. First, second, third. What's your favorite project?
I think this one is my favorite project, yes.
Why is that? Because it's fresh.
No, I don't think it's because it's fresh, because my manager will tell you that I argued a lot with him. I argued. There were some songs I said, never, they will not make this album. It doesn't represent me. It's not the Waje brand. No, never. My manager said, "My dear, you're going to." But the reason why I say it is my favorite is because I've never been this much at ease with any content, any material. Red Velvet was amazing. Lyrically, we killed it. The pen, it was it is one of my greatest projects, really. So, but I've just never really been this at ease with any project, and so it's my favorite.
Do you always have that fight with maybe an A&R person? Like you want to do what you want to do, where you think, oh, this is beautiful music, but they'll be like, oh no, you have to, this is what people want to listen to. What's that fight like?
So this is the first time I'm experiencing that fight, because I'm an indie artist, so I basically used to call the shots. And for the first time in my career, I have someone who I'm calling the shots with. And, he comes from the business. I come from the emotional side of it. I'm a creative, but he's also a songwriter and an A&R. Yeah. That's my manager. So when I tell you that this album was so intentional, you will not understand. We literally sat down and penned it. So what do we want track one to do? Who do we want it to resonate with? Why do we want it? We had to answer those questions before we released. So for the first time, I'm experiencing that side of it, not a Waje the boss, the jack of all trade, the producer, the executive, the all. But now I even wrote less on this album, strangely. I had more songs because some things I couldn't understand because it's not my language. So I had to call in younger people, who I say, "Mama, no be say we dey talk am." I say, "Hey, how na dey talk am?" So I struggled with some of it, but I saw the point of it. And for me, I'm just grateful that I'm finally getting the team and the structure that would help my brand.
Yeah, so were they deliberate songs, how people want to make songs for TikTok, make songs for this generation?
Absolutely, they were deliberate. Let me give you an example. So we released a song and we're pushing a single, but as we've released the album, the fans have taken their own songs from it, and now we're thinking, okay, what do we do? How do we balance it? So we now decided, okay, we wanted to shoot maybe 2 videos out of now we are now going to be stuck with maybe 4 or 5, and that's to show you that it wasn't, I'm the creator of the content, but the true focus should be the consumer, So, and it's obvious what they're doing with it. So I'm grateful. I'm just grateful.
A little gig, I've noticed that you started acting a bit. What's that gig like? Are you...
I'm a producer too as well. Yes. Omawumi and we have a production company called Jimenez. Yeah. So we have one of our movies on Netflix. She Is, and it's on Amazon and the other ones. We have one that we're working on, which is, let me not see.
Give us more exclusive.
Just know we are working on something new. But in the acting side of me, I enjoy it because it gives me room to be anything else but Waje.
Yeah.
If you get what I mean. And I'm really trying to focus more on it. I'm taking acting classes soon. I haven't started, but I'm looking into an acting coach because I want to bring A to the table, you know. So, and then there are a few other things I'm acquiring skill on. You know.
This voice, this acting, okay.
My brother, we have to make
real
money.
2.2.
You get it. He gets it. He gets it. So yeah. So I hope to do more in the acting scene. Yeah, but yeah, I'm loving it.
So finally, 2.0. Where can people listen?
It's on all platforms, guys. It's on Apple, it's on Tidal, it's on Spotify, it's on Audiomack, it's on. Shout out to Boomplay. They've been supporting, seriously. All the platforms have been supporting. So you can, and also subscribe to my YouTube because the videos are there, the lyrics are there. I'm thinking of doing like a karaoke release party. Yeah, so that's what I want to do. So, and it's for the fans, you understand? So they come, we sing together. You know,
that's a very good idea.
Yeah, so we're working on that.
There you have it, guys. Waje 2.0. Check it out on your favorite
Yes,
platform.
check it out. Please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend. Thank you. It's not for my friends and family, it's for you guys.